Well, one, my name is Jeff, and I'm just a 55-year-old guy, just sharing some things about life. And I hope you enjoy the kind of content that I'm sharing on this channel. I was able to get into the analytics on my channel and finally see something I haven't been able to see that YouTube has finally allowed me to do, and that's to see the age of people that I'm talking to, and male and female and all that kind of stuff. And I realized that my audience is around my age, 45 to around 65, 70 years old. And I appreciate y'all for watching the channel. Appreciate you sticking around, and I really would appreciate it if y'all will let me know, what you got going on in your life in the comments, maybe about the topic that I'm going to talk about today or try to talk about. I'm actually on my lunch break here at work, so maybe I won't be interrupted, and if I am, I will just finish this video later somewhere else or whatever I have to do with that. But I made a video last week about how quickly life can change, and I talked about the passing of my uncle, and it has really changed my mindset in thinking a lot of ways and a lot of things. And I know there are a lot of people these days are retiring. I watch these videos about people that are retiring in their 50s, and some people tell you, to retire as soon as you possibly can. And I think that, you should retire when you're ready and when you're able to. But it really has got me to thinking a whole lot about life and how short life is. And it just seems like, when you reach that certain age in your life, 50 years old and on, it just seems like life starts to speed up. And you realize the things in your life that you put so much importance on and value on doesn't hold as much value as you once thought it did. And I am working toward, a goal to retire at around 60, 61 years old. And that's one reason that I have this YouTube channel, is to try to get some, income from that. I shared that on here before, and that's one reason that I sell on eBay, is to try to get some income from that. And I enjoy doing those two things. And a lot of y'all on here that are older than I am, or maybe you're in the position that you are fixing to retire, or you are retired, I would really appreciate if you let me know in the comments that what have you done to get to the place that you are? What kind of plan did you have in place? Or did you just take the plunge and just do it? I have tried to plan financially the best I can. I don't have hardly any money in the bank, but I do have a retirement in the state that I work in, and because I work in an educational system as a custodian, and I'm on year 25, and I do have some money in an IRA, not a whole lot, and a Roth IRA, and I do have a 403B that I took out when I first started, but it's not a whole lot of money that I've been able to contribute over these years, but it is making some money. I've reached that part with my IRA where it is, reached that compound interest, and it's starting to make more money. But I'm also, doing the online thing, and it's not making a whole lot of money as well, but I'm hoping that, between the eBay and the YouTube channel, that things will be in place in 5 years, that I will have more of a residual income with the YouTube, and, going out and resourcing things and, reselling and relisting to try to offset some of those financial burdens that come along with retirement. But why is it so important to me to want to retire as early as possible? Well, I've been working since I was 10 years old. I started going out on the job with my dad when I was 10 years old. And I should be a millionaire now if I would have managed my money right, but I didn't. I seen something I wanted, I bought it. And I always, if I got a little bit of money built up, it just seemed to just slip through my fingers. But hindsight's 20/20 in that, can't go back and fix that, can't do anything about it. All I can do is take from the moment that I am, at now, and try to make the best of that, and try to get some things in place. I know there's so many great opportunities out there, that you can make money in an easier way. And that's like the, YouTube, eBay, and different things like that you can do. Because I just, really, and I've shared that before on here, that I don't want to just wear myself out physically trying to make extra money, not able to hold up to those things like I used to. Plus, causes me to lose a lot of time with my family that I don't want to lose anymore. And I'm taking off work week after next because I got 2 kids that are still in school. And here at the college I work at, our spring break is next week. There's not going to be any students here. But my kids' spring break is the week after that. And I've, have always felt like that I needed to be at work. When we was at the busiest with students on campus and different things. And I'm just to a point in my life that, hey, work can go on without me not being there for a week. And so I'm taking off week after next. Right after our college spring break, I'm going to be off with my family and my kids. I've done that before, but it has been a while. And I have an obligation that I've got the following weekend, so we are going out of town. Going to be gone for several days to spend some time with family. And we're going to have to drive 2 different vehicles because I'm obligated to something else. Then I've got to come home earlier. But even at that, I'm proud for the fact that I'm going to get to spend some extra time with my family. But the obligation that I have to come back early, I'm not really thrilled about that, but I am getting more and more in my life to be really careful what I say yes to, and planning ahead for things in my life and thinking about, if I say yes to this, what is it going to cost me in my time? What is it going to cost me in what it takes away and what it does to me and different things? And you think, well, is that a selfish way of thinking? I feel guilty about those things sometimes, about saying no to certain things. But I think about, I have said yes to so many things throughout my life for the years that I've been involved in things. And sometimes I would say yes because I was afraid if I said no, what somebody was going to think about me, or I labeled myself as being a lazy person, or I was afraid somebody was going to label me, or I had to explain myself why I wasn't doing something. Well, I'm at a point in my life that doesn't matter anymore. And I guess I could say that, maybe I am being a little stingy with my days and my time a little bit more than I used to be. And I feel okay about that. It don't bother me near as much as it used to. And the older I get, the easier that gets for me. So, me thinking about retiring and within the next 5 or 6 years is liberating. I wish I could do it now, but I am working on that plan in place to be able to do so, because I realize the time that I have in my life is in the health and the energy and things that I have, I'm not always going to have. And they're valuable. And they become more and more valuable every day. Because over the last few years, I have seen so many people that have passed from this life, and they have worked their whole life, worked up until they were basically too old to have any kind of value of health or anything left, and they went home within 1 or 2 years, they were gone. Now, I want to clarify something here, because I don't want people to hear what I'm not saying right here. When I retire, I'm not going to quit. And what I mean quit is I'm not going to just go home and sit in my recliner or sit on my porch. Yeah, I'm going to rest properly, but I'm going to continue to do things and not allow myself just to completely physically run down and mentally run down. I want to stay active as I possibly can. I think that's very important because a lot of people put so much value on their work and everything. They're afraid if they quit doing that, that they're not going to be able to keep going, and that has happened to a lot of people. You need a plan. You need to have a plan in place. I do believe that, and that's the reason that I have this channel and I do the eBay stuff. That's the reason I fish, and I love to help people and do different things. That's what I want to do. I want to have the time to be able to help people and to be able to do things that I've always wanted to do, the things that make me feel alive. So let me know in the comments, what is your plan? What do you have in place? If you are retired, what do you do? How did you get to this point that you are in your life? What kind of preparations did you make? And is retiring worth it? Let me know. Is the financial part of retirement, is it really a burden, or is it as easy as you thought it was going to be, or harder than you thought it was going to be when you retire? Just let me know, because I'm interested to know. I really want to know. So I appreciate you stopping by the channel, and if you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up, like, share. That just helps promote this channel and just helps to get out there, and it'll help me make more retirement for money. Make more retirement, make more money for my retirement as well. So y'all have a great day.